John?
You know, when we talk about public spaces, and there seems to be a disconnect, and yet we talk about engaging the business people. The minute you engage the business people, it's actually private spaces that we're talking about, literally. The fact is that with the B.I.A.s across this city, 74 of them, every year, and we have for years, allowed and opened up these private spaces to become canvases for murals. We've engaged hundreds, if not thousands, of walls across this city where we encourage local artists to come out and work with us to either depict the community, the neighborhood, the history. So we continue to support this. I can tell you that the B.I.A. spent thousands and thousands of dollars seeking out artists to continue to develop this program. B.I.A.s have hung their brands on it. The Village of Islington, the Village of Murals. Church Wellesley has just launched 12 new murals that they're going to be putting out there. So there continues to be the opportunity, and it is not just public space. There's plenty of private space, if you will, space that is sort of entrusted to the business improvement areas where they are turning that space into canvases.
Thank you. Do you have any response?
No, really. I'd probably like to run with the TTC idea a little bit, and I think that we all agree that getting off in any number of the stations through the system, through the subway system, is law at best. I think there are some opportunities, and you can think of the Fashion District in New York when you get out and you have hats animating the floor. I think there'd be an opportunity for many B.I.A.s would love the opportunity to help create an atmosphere that is reflective of what's above ground. So as you pull into that station, you would know that you're coming into the Spadina District, right. And it has that as a reflection. So I think there's some opportunities. There's some canvases that are out there. There may be tile right now that can be animated significantly better, and that is an area that we certainly work very hard in terms of let's not turn them into the Coca-Cola station and Pepsi station and some of the stuff that's been going on, but let's turn them into something that will give us a preamble into what's above the ground.
Thank you.
You know, I really think that the last couple of years we've moved light years ahead of where we were. There's no question. The program has worked. The program has set a foundation that we all understand. Ultimately, from our members' perspective, obviously, is it still requires permission. You want to use my wall, let me know what you're doing. We'll work for you, whether it's the B.I.A. that's negotiating that or the private property owner. We no longer need the toilet seat approach to it. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. If we reach a consensus, we move forward. Quite frankly, you know, and again, the term was used up here, you know, one man's ceiling is another man's floor. What is art? And maybe there are taller foreheads at City Hall that can figure that out somewhere along the line. But the bottom line is, we've moved forward. There's some great opportunities out there, and we'll continue to work with the people out there that are doing this stuff. You know, what we don't need is this graffiti on our windows that has moved beyond that. That is the distinction, and I think that is the area that continues to trouble us. When you come out there and have your windows scratched out, and it just means dollars that are going to have to be spent to do that. So there is that distinct difference. We've made massive progress. Business people, B.I.A.s that would never want to see that stuff out there or engage in that stuff now. So it's there. We're getting there. And if I can just carry on, and I think one of the things that this has done for the councillors that are out there, and if you don't know, councillors sit on the boards of management of B.I.A.s, so they're very involved in the process and the operations of B.I.A.s. And what this has done is get a cost to an end in terms of it certainly beats the hell out of violation notices that are out there. People are putting up their walls because they don't want to deal with that sort of issue. So it's caused an opportunity for people to move forward, animate those walls, animate the neighborhoods, and get away from that. So from that perspective, I can tell you a number of the councillors are very grateful because they're not, you know, hearing about the victimizing the victim, the issues of that. I need an extension to that. We need to change that policy and everything else. Here's an opportunity. Here's a way of dealing with an issue that was problematic. And I think we're that much closer. And again, I can't reiterate. Is it perfect? Probably not. But we're a hell of a lot closer to where we need to be than we were 2 years ago.
Final words. word to you, John.
Thank you, and again, thanks for having us out here, folks. It's the proverbial Rome wasn't built in a day.
I really like this guy.
If any of you guys remember some of those cigarette commercials way back when cigarettes were still sold and advertised, we've come a long way, baby, and we absolutely have. There is no question about that. Keep on engaging us, though, guys. We don't like surprises. So we'll work with you. We want to animate those spaces because that's what brings customers out onto the streets. So if you guys can make us unique where we become a destination, be it for tourists, be it for locals, be it for anybody else that's out there. Some of that art that I saw that you've got out there, we can certainly work with a number of B.I.A.s that will draw the people that we want to spend time with. This city, with the development that's out there, we need to animate our outdoor spaces. We're building pigeon coops that people are living in, 600 square foot units, etc. Outdoor space is becoming more and more important. We're starting to learn from the European example where people are spending time on the street. And I'm beyond my 30 seconds, I'm seeing them twitch over there. Keep it up, but engage us. That's all we ask. Thanks again.
A round of applause. You're an excellent circle of vision. Again, my name is David Grossfield. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at the next event. Thank you.
Turn the camera off.
Cast beyond graphic.